Hello, my name is Sandy Mitchell and I'm the president of Apex Leadership Coaching. Our focus is on inspiring leaders to attain their dreams. You know, 90% of New Year's resolutions never happen. 94% of new companies fail within the first 5 years. I don't want that for you. So I wanted to give you some practical tips on how to be successful this year. You will learn 4 ways to grow your business. So get paper and pen, pencil if you don't already have it in front of you. This is a workshop for you. Take advantage of it. So let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Sandy Mitchell, and I'm the owner and president of Apex Leadership Coaching. But this isn't my first entrepreneurial effort. In 1993, I struck out on my own with Imagination, an advertising and marketing firm. I rocked the sales, the relationships, delivering the work on time, on budget, and beautifully, I might add. However, I was an art major and not a business major. So, first mistake, I wasn't timely on following up on invoices that needed to get paid. Second mistake, I had 2 huge clients who kept me really busy, so I catered to them to the tune of 90% of my business. Third mistake, I didn't look for prospects to keep in my client funnel. So, when my 2 biggest clients went bankrupt within a week of each other, totally different industries, I freaked out. I was making great money, spending most of it, and realized that I wasn't going to have to do something to keep myself from going bankrupt. I started temping to pay off my debts. I thought I'd do it for maybe a year and then start over. I ended up being hired by a global corporation, and I worked there for 17 years. And I was smart this time. I knew I would want to go back out on my own, so I determined the skills that I needed to learn and took jobs that would help me gain that experience. They paid for my MBA. They paid for my paralegal certification so I could learn to read contracts. They paid for my coaching certification. Then, I was out on my own coaching. I had to decide this time how to be smarter. I had to decide if I was serious about growing a business or getting another job. I decided to learn about growing a business. I determined all the areas I'm strong in and wanted to do myself, and the areas I am not, I've hired people or am bartering for those services. This session is about understanding the 4 keys to business mastery, so you're working on your business this year and not just buried deep in it. You may be at a point where you're keeping your head above water, or you may be struggling just to stay afloat in your business right now. And you want more. You want more clients, more revenue. You want to be seen more as an expert in your business, more respect, more self-worth, more time off, or at least time to see the kids while they're still awake. You can have it with intention and focus. In order to keep your attention on the business, rather than getting caught up in the business, which as we all know gets us so far in the weeds that we can't see our vision anymore, which means we continue to stay stuck at the revenue level we're currently at and not our goal level. So, the 4 keys to business mastery. First, focus on income-generating activities. Put the time to your revenue-generating activities. Don't just be super busy and not generating income. It isn't focusing on social media, Facebook, hiding on your computer, designing programs when you don't have clients, doing tons of research. It is, though, direct contact with potential clients, marketing activities, workshops, events, speaking, sponsoring, networking where your clients are. And that's an important part, not just networking, but networking where your ideal clients are. These are activities that drive people to your business. You will have to spend a huge amount of time here until it begins to flow. Zig Ziglar has an old-timey water pump handle story that you have to pump as hard and as fast and as furious as you can in the beginning, and nothing's happening. And then eventually you start to get a little trickle, and then you keep pumping hard, and then the flow happens, and then you just have to pump it generally. It's easier later, but you never stop pumping the handle. Here's where you want to make sure that you automate as much as you can. You're going to have those yo-yo cycles that will cause you to step up or step down your revenue-generating activities, but don't ever stop. It's cause and effect. Be strategic and focused. Don't be too distracted by too many great ideas. 2, have a healthy relationship with money. I had unconsciously placed a ceiling on the amount of money that I thought I could make. Whether it was too low or too high, both of them are bad. I had to break through my own financial ceiling, how much I thought I could generate. Did you write down that number because it's truly what you want, or because it's what you think is possible because of past experiences? Or did you go so high it's virtually impossible to achieve, so you don't really have to achieve it? Both scenarios are demotivating. So here's some tips. Your relationship with money has history to it. Start to look at how your parents approached money conversations. How did they talk about money? Did they talk about it behind closed doors? Or how about that generational programming? Stories that are passed down through the generations will carry on until someone says, stop, and they change it. For example, you may hear things like, well, people like us just don't make that kind of money. It puts an insidious cap on your income. Or, I can't make more than my father did. Don't put those limits on yourself. Find out where your unconscious glass ceiling is set. Why is it there? We all have a ceiling. What do you want to do instead? The majority of people will never be able to double their income because of their ceiling. They will only have one incremental growth throughout their lives. It will stay that way until you do something drastically different. So look at the highest amount of money that you've ever made in a year. That's where your current program is set. Look at your monthly income. It's programmed to meet your needs right there. You know how to change this, how to break through. Change your money story and create strategies to achieve the new story. I've helped hundreds of people do this, and I can help you as well. 3, sales mastery. Be proficient in the sales conversation. The key activity of any business is to generate income. Don't avoid it. You need a mindset shift. You have a service that benefits others. It's a disservice to them if you don't help them. Sales is merely being of service to other people. You don't do it to them, but for them. You are here to help them solve a problem. Sales is all about a conversation. You make it simple, not complicated. We make things complicated because we have this fear of rejection or a fear of being too pushy. Don't focus on the voice in your head. Instead, the 6 steps in the sales conversation, very simple. Step 1, find out what your potential clients want. 2, what's stopping or slowing them down from getting what they want? 3, what's at stake for them if they don't overcome it? 4, how committed are they to making the change? What's their priority for doing it? All of those you saw were questions, which meant you need to listen, and not just listen to talk, but listen to respond to what their needs are. 5, close the sale by making the offer to help them, and then stop talking. Stop talking and let them process and say yes. If you are helping them solve a problem, then 6, all you have to do is take their money and accept it. So without building the skill set to have these conversations easily, you won't be successful. It takes practice. Zig Ziglar and Tony Alessandra and other sales gurus have books out there. Read the books. Read a sales book every month or every other month. And practice. Practice with your dog, practice with your parents, practice with your spouse. Make it so that these questions just become part of the way you speak, and it becomes the conversation. 4, personal leadership. My favorite. If you don't change who you're being, the changes won't take place. It's taking full responsibility for the results, the failures, the successes. It's seeing yourself as the creator of your sphere, not being a victim, draining the energy of others, not saying things like, I can't do this because, or I don't know how, not fully stepping into your own power. Be committed to learning and growing for success. Get clear on your vision, choose your direction, hold on to your commitment because it's going to get bumpy. Once you're clear on who you want to be and who you want to become, you will attract the income and the success that you want. Remember, if you continue carrying on the way you are now, you'll continue to get the same results that you have now. So ask yourself, who would I be and how would I show up differently if I was someone who earned, and you insert the amount that you wrote down this year? How would I be thinking? What new decisions would I make? How would I look? What would others notice about me and what would be different? Don't wait. Move into being that person now. Make decisions from where you want to be, not from where you are now. Because if you continue making decisions from where you are now, you're thinking smaller than you can be, and you will remain stuck. It's an element of risk-taking to accelerate success. Think as who you want to be And that is how you will create success. Act from the vision of who you want to become, not waiting until you achieve your goal, or you'll never achieve it. It'll be like running fast on a hamster wheel and getting nowhere. So here's some tips. Where are you not taking personal responsibility right now? Where are you making excuses? There's no judgment here. We all make them. Where are you giving your personal power away to someone or something else? So then make the decision. Which of those do you want to eliminate? How would that person want to act or decide? You can only grow your business at the same rate that you're willing to grow yourself. One key factor to achieving your revenue goals and your business mastery this year is a sense of urgency. Act now. You don't have to wait until it's perfect or you have enough information or whatever it is that your voice in your head is telling you. Tell yourself instead, this is going to happen now. And remember why. Remember that picture that you had of what success looks like and why that's important to you. It's energizing. It'll help you build momentum in your business now. Once you do this, then you and the people around you feel that sense of urgency too. Procrastination and hesitation, they're the biggest barriers to and killers of success. Those moments of putting it off is when self-doubt sets in. It's when fear comes. Instead, say, I am going to do this now and not settle for anything less. Highly successful people take action, especially when they're fearful. That's when they're bold. So what's your sense of urgency for this year? Ask yourself, what do I need to develop in myself? Answer the question, why now? What's really at stake for me if I don't change? Who suffers and doesn't get the benefit? What's lacking for me? Which key areas seriously need to be enhanced? Remember that vision of what it's going to look like when you double your income, and you will achieve it. Thank you for this time that you've invested in me. If you'd like to continue the conversation, I'm available for personal coaching, 6-month, 12-month, and open programs for you. And I'm available for speaking engagements. Connect with me on all the usual social media sites, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Thank you for your time. To our success.